what's up everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangout. You got myself, Noe Pedro Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
What's up everybody? I'm Pedro Ruiz, creative tech here at Adafruit, and every week we come to share 3D printing designs featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right, this is the show where we combine 3D printing, DIY electronics to make inspirational projects for lots of folks. You folks. Boys, girls.
People of all ages.
That's right. So, welcome back everybody. Let's go ahead and run through the show segment stuff that we do. Prototyping, layer by layer. We're going to do shop talk, and we're going to do some YouTube questions and comments. And then we'll end the show off with community makes, celebrating stuff that you guys are making. Okay. Wow, that was fast. Do we want to do the coupon code?
Yeah, every week we come to share awesome discount codes for you guys. 10% off every week.
This week is PiGRRL, because PiGRRL is the project that we're releasing. Woohoo! So we showed PiGRRL off last week. We talked about it. We showed some gameplay, talking about the update of it, but we got some stuff on the prototyping segment to show. Yeah. So here it is again. We got the guide all ready for you guys, and we want to let you guys know that we have ordered 200 PCBs of this guy. This is actually from Oshpark. This is my sort of prototype unit. This is Rev B, so I've had to do 2 different iterations on it. But it's finalized now. It's been sent off to fabrication so that we can get these ordered and start shipping them out with kits. But we're not sure if we are going to sell the PCB individually. So if you already have a Raspberry Pi, if you already have the Pi TFT, a power boost, and a battery, and all the stuff you need for it, are you guys interested in getting just this? Let us know in the comments if you guys have any interest in just getting the PCB itself, because we're not sure. Yeah. We think it's a good thing to do a kit because you're going to save money as a bundle. You always save money when you bundle things up. So we're wondering if you guys are interested in getting this. Mm-hmm. It is on Oshpark. It is an open source design, of course. We're an open source company. Where's my time for blah. You see it? This one. Web. So let's take a look at the Oshpark project. This is it. I have the link for you guys in the guide and in the description too. It's a 2-sided layer board, and you can order it from using this link. And it's pretty simple. I think it's like $30.
Mm-hmm. It comes with 3 different PCBs, so if you mess one up, you'll have 2 left.
That's right.
Over.
Yeah, and you can order more, of course, but let us know if you want to get it individually. So the guide is available. It's got all the parts laid out. If you need these, you can pick them up separately or get the kit.
Should be up in about a month. We'll be able to offer this as a kit.
Yeah, Lamar said it would be like 2 weeks-ish. But we're just going to throw some padding in there and give us a month to make sure that we get all the stuff, all the stuff is kitted and accounted for. So I think that's about it. Anything we want to talk about the project? I don't know. Like we sort of a race to the finish line to get this project out.
That's right. And shot and did all the assembly and the video and the guide all week last week. Yeah,
it took a day to get just the photos of the build, and then another day just to write all the steps and things. And I really went thorough on this, because there are some things that you've got to look out for. What happens when something doesn't work? You have to do sort of certain steps before you even get started. Like you got to tap the screws. Yep. You got to be careful when tapping the screws. I've broken so many standoffs. I had to increase the thickness of standoffs. Right near the end, I added a little lip to connect the pieces together better.
Pretty cool.
So that's actually what we're going to talk about in the layer by layer. Where's the layer by layer? I don't have it open. In the layer by layer segment, I wanted to just share with you guys a little bit of what's the layer by layer. Go look on our playlist. I don't have like a separate one this week, but I do have one where I talk about this lip here, where I show you how to make this in 3 steps. Pedro, you're using lips too in all your enclosures. Mm-hmm. This is a really quick way to do it. Project your sketch, modify it, and do an extrude, and join it to the piece that you want. You don't need 2 lips. Before I would used to like make a 2mm thick shell on both of them, and then have a lip here, and then a lip here would be like they would meet together. But you only need to do it to one enclosure place. So that's what this week's layer by layer goes through. I sort of jumped ahead there, but I really want to take a look at your project. Do you want to talk about your project?
Yeah.
Too?
We could start off with, or continue, what are we prototyping this week? And I've completed the. Can't really see it, and
let me go to the.
Let me go to the photo and then go to like a full shot.
Oh, okay,
of
yeah.
what
Photo
this looks like.
is right here, folks.
So we got the energy sword from Halo.
This thing's massive. It is a couple feet tall, a couple meters tall.
Yeah.
Tell us about the printing process, design process, anything that you.
Yeah, so I'm using the freeform modeling tools inside Fusion 360 to create a very lovely handle here, and then we're doing the lips like you started doing in the PiGRRL.
For this piece too.
Yeah. And then lips also to combine both sides of the blades here that will stick together. It's going to have the mini NeoPixel strips on the inside of that, so those will fit in there. Of course, it's going to have a little trinket on the inside of the rechargeable battery. I wanted to include a sound effects board, but if you're actually going to take this to like a convention or something, you're not going to be able to hear that. So I don't want to stuff this too full of electronics.
Sure.
So we got a nice beefy battery inside there, and the strips will be available pretty soon.
Sure.
I'll be in the shop.
Can you use normal strips if you want to? Is it thick enough?
I think you can. I think I measured this.
It'll be a little tight, but
yeah. This is what I was modeling everything to, but yeah, they're definitely going to save space on that. And should be pretty cool when I get those in. I'll show this off next week.
How many
the glow's all done?
Okay. Well, how many total pieces can you tell us? There's quite a bit of pieces
Yeah,
here.
so the Type A machine was down while I was designing this, so I had to resort to using all the Ultimakers, which turned out to be really good, since each one of these, I think it's broken down into 4 separate pieces, and then each side is 2-sided.
4,
so
8, 16 for both
16
blades.
different pieces for both blades,
Right.
But anyway, with the Ultimaker 2, the new Olson blocks use the 0.8 millimeter nozzle, which dramatically cut the print time from, I think it was somewhere around like 4 hours down to like 40 minutes.
Dang,
so that's
a huge time saver.
Yeah.
And that's really what the Olson block is for. If you have these big prints, big parts, that's where it really comes in handy.
Yeah, so we're joining all the pieces now with just simple super glue, and it does a pretty good job of maintaining the blades nice and stable, and
connectors,
cool.
right?
We're using the wooden sticks to connect everything together for the handle parts, and everything's going to be glued down with E6000 after everything's said and done.
Cool. What other type of adhesives do you use to glue the transparent parts? Because they look pretty seamless right now.
Oh yeah, it's just super glue and E6000. Super glue so you can get a quick stick hold, and then E6000 to ensure that you know as you're waving it around, it's not going to fall apart. But yep, pretty cool on that end. Again, freeform modeling for doing the handle. It's super smooth. I printed at 0.18 resolution on the Ultimaker, the 2 Plus and the 2 Extended.
There's some ports out, so you'll be able to recharge your battery and just kind of get the on and off switch.
Sort of show this. Yeah. So they're right here on the sides.
There you go.
And
okay, cool.
A trinket and the lipo backpack is going to go on the trinket as well.
I see 0 mounting screws. How are you using any standoffs or mounting screws? What's going on?
Yeah, there's mounting screws on the inside, or mounting standoffs on the inside.
For just the components, I guess. For the what kind of microcontroller are we going to use?
It's just a trinket and the lipo backpack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lipo backpack.
5-volt trinket, and the cylindrical battery is going to go inside there.
A power boost? No.
No power boost needed for this one.
Oh, awesome.
But
okay.
Yep, there you go.
A lot of LEDs, like 100 or something.
We're using the 60 strip.
2 of them? 1 of them?
2 of them, yeah.
So
1 for each side.
120.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah, 120. Okay, well that's awesome, man. I'm looking forward to this. This is actually the project I wanted to take on, but with the Raspberry Pi Zero and other things, Pep Boy, I had to get on those. But I'm glad you took this on. Our neighbor actually inspired us to do this because our neighbor is a photographer, and she happens to be a very huge Halo fan. She actually has a full Halo suit, so we're hoping to get her. She's gonna love this thing. I think we want to give her one. Just be like, here you go. You know, nice little trade-off, photographers. Like, here you go. So that's awesome. I like that the tips aren't exactly pointy, so you don't have to worry about hitting someone.
Oh yeah.
And it's light. It's going to be pretty lightweight, so great for lugging around at your convention. Are you going to plan to be able to break it down in case you want to like transport it?
Yeah. So the tops right here do have holes. You can kind of see right here, it's not stuck in all the way.
Oh, nice! Look at that,
These
folks.
can come off.
This is smart right here, so you can.
And then the wiring right here. You have all the holes, so all the wiring runs through there.
If you want, you can make connectors.
You can, so they'll connect that way as well.
Cool.
So that'll be pretty cool.
Okay.
Just skin like that, and you can
looks like a spaceship.
transport these around. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
Are these 2 different materials here? This looks like Ultimaker's gray, and then this is
yeah, it is.
Ulti
So
Machines.
this is Ulti Machine and the filament that came with the new printers.
Okay. Cool.
These will stick together like that, and should be good.
Support material, just a bit.
Support material on the inside, but we'll talk about that more next week when we release the project.
Yeah, I just keep asking questions because I don't know much about it. Like while you were building on this, I've been working on the thing. So hey guys, if you want to get some filament, maybe a 3D printer and stuff, PiGRRL will get you 10% off. And we got an update on the freebies. If you go to adafruit.com/free, you're going to see that we now have $200 or more, you're going to get free shipping, and you'll get a Perma Proto. We ran out of the Pro trinkets and the regular trinkets.
Yep, it was only for a limited time until the supplies lasted, and lo and behold, everybody took advantage, and now we're out.
That's right. So there you go. If you want to read more about it, it is adafruit.com/free, like I said. We still want to let you guys know, if you are a proud resident of NYC, we got same-day shipping, same-day delivery thing going on.
If you order before, I think it's 11 o'clock, you'll get it by end of day, somewhere around 5 p.m.
Okay.
Super handy for emergency projects. So
that's right.
Take advantage of that.
Also, Chinese New Year is coming up, guys. So
you have to stock up on everything you're going to need for the upcoming month, because they're going to be off for, I think, 2 weeks. And I think we already put in all of our orders that we're going to need. Because if you've been to the store lately, you've noticed that
a lot of things are
out of stock. There's been a lot of commotion moving to the 10th floor.
Yeah.
So a lot of things are getting
I think the studio's getting moved up there.
Studio's getting moved around. They got new reflow ovens. So it's
you just saw that on Instagram.
pretty wild.
Pretty exciting. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So things are definitely growing. But thank you guys. Another programming note. We've had some really great responses on the Adafruit Daily newsletter for 3D printing and for wearables, biohacking, and more, I think.
We got Maker Business. We got drones coming up.
Yep.
We have Arduino, Raspberry Pi, Women in Tech. Super awesome daily tips, news articles you don't want to miss, so definitely sign up.
Yep, tips. We want to tip you guys off with stuff.
We're not
you have to opt in.
spam you. It's
no
not
spam.
Part of your Adafruit
You can trust
account.
Adabot. He would never spam you, right, Mo?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to spam anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. See, it says right there. We won't spam you. Promise. Pinky promise. I don't know.
So definitely check that out to get a fresh dose of daily tips in your mailbox every morning. Okay,
well, that's it for what are you prototyping in LabRail?
Let's take a quick look at some of the cool things you got for this week's LabRail.
Oh, I just said we went through it already. The lip thing?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about shop.
Yeah.
Let's talk shop.
Let's talk shock.
We are testing out some new material during CES. A lot of cool new materials were announced. NinjaTek was out there.
Do you want me to just show the overhead?
Overhead, yes.
So we got some new material.
Yeah, we got the super cool new Cheetah.
Cheetah
NinjaFlex.
filament is here, guys. It is. Why do they call it Cheetah?
So the name is.
I don't know why they called it Cheetah. But
yeah,
it's
in reference
stretchy.
to, I guess you're able to print faster in it, up to 60 millimeters a second.
Makes sense now.
And you can print on Bowden extruders now if you want to cut to the clip.
This is a huge deal, folks. This is crazy. So the very first thing Pedro did with this is 3mm filament. It comes in both 175 and 3mm, but we're going to start probably carrying the 3mm for the stock.
For the Bowden, the Ultimakers.
Yeah. This is great that you're able to switch between 175 and 3mm without very little effort, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can switch out the Teflon tubes on the inside for 175, but then you're gonna have to, do a little song and dance switching it back if you ever need to print in NinjaFlex. So I'm gonna leave that alone for the time being, so we can use both filaments.
Look, it's printing.
And as you can see, this is pretty fast. Usually,
like crazy
anybody
fast.
who's tried printing with Bowdens had to print like at 10 millimeters a second, and it looks like complete garbage.
Yeah, this is cool. What temperatures?
This is what it's supposed to look like. All nice, shiny. All the the edges are supposed to be all nice and even, not chunky, not horrible
not bubbly.
looking, not bubbly.
Okay. So we've confirmed it works. This is sort of a first rough look at it.
They confirmed it to us, actually. They were telling us they were testing these on the new Ultimaker Pluses. It should work on the old Ultimaker too, as well. I mean, all it has is just a different feeder.
So this is an iPhone case for the iPhone 6 Plus.
One of the first things that we first test out.
Yeah. Straight out of the print, no cleanup required. This is with retraction on.
Yes, you're actually able to use retraction. I only used the 1mm retraction on this, but it looks pretty good. So
this is easy to clean up,
if
too.
You've ever printed anything NinjaFlex, you know that you always have to do cleanup.
Cleanup is a big part, yes.
Yeah, so this should be very easy to clean up.
With overhangs, because this had no cleanup. This is crazy. They said no cleanup. Right?
Yeah. So the temperature that we're using is 245 and 250. We found that we had a little bit of layer bonding problems at 245.
Dang,
so
this needs a pretty hot nozzle. 250 is pretty up there.
Yep, 250, and it has excellent adhesion to the layers.
Now, what's the real differentiator from this to semi-flex?
So we got some of those questions, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask them what they want us to say are the.
What do they have to say about?
Yeah, what do they have to say? Because when we're looking at the shore hardness, they're both 98. In the whatever the scale that is for the hardness. We did some quick tests of just bending it like that, and semi-flex and NinjaFlex and Cheetah both have the same sort of hardness. The only thing we could tell that's different is the texture that's on the semi-flex, regular NinjaFlex.
Which one has more texture, and what does the texture?
Semi-flex has more of like a rugged sort of texture. This is more smoother.
It is smooth, yeah.
It still has the
elasticity.
Has elasticity, but not as much as the original NinjaFlex, which is definitely more rubbery.
Okay.
Grip-wise, this is definitely a little bit more slippier than the original NinjaFlex, which has a lot more grip. So going forward, I think we might just stock the Cheetah over the semi-flex.
If a lot of folks have, NinjaFlex, normal regular NinjaFlex is so rubbery. It is very difficult to print with, so I would feel very comfortable with saying, like, you know what, instead of printing it in normal NinjaFlex, this is normal NinjaFlex. I printed these buttons on the FlashForge Creator Pro, which handles NinjaFlex pretty well, but it cannot print faster than 30 millimeters a second. You do have to have it like around 245C.
Yeah.
But this stuff feels pretty good. I think it'll work really well with this.
So on their website,
to test this out.
They say that this prints similar to ABS settings. That's usually code word for heated bed required. We did not use any heat on this, and this stuck perfectly to just blue painter's tape. So
I definitely recommend it on blue painter's tape.
We did not use any heat on the bed.
Yeah.
So
if you're word of advice, if you're trying to print NinjaFlex on the FlashForge Creator Pro, don't use the built-in blue tack. It basically fuses to the stuff, and it's like. I ended up peeling it so much that it like deformed the print, which is pretty hard to do with NinjaFlex, but I ended up doing it. I tried these guys, so I ended up putting blue tape. So that's just like one random offshoot. I figured I'd turn this on. Why not?
Yeah, so I guess we're going to carry the 3mm as well as the 175 for the Ultimakers.
Okay, have you tried 3mm Cheetah, or do we have not 3mm Cheetah?
No, this is 3mm
I mean,
Cheetah.
175.
Yes, we actually did. We have footage we can roll. We tried this on the M3D. And it prints perfectly. If you want to roll the footage on that.
Sorry, I'm playing a game here. I want to play. This is too fun. See, this is what happens when you make a super game girl, too. You get too busy playing game. All right, let's...
So they sent us over a spool of red 175 Cheetah to try out.
Cheetah for the M3D. So we said that M3D can run NinjaFlex.
Yeah, so we got a newer model. The black ones that we stock in the shop. They have, looks like the bearings that are inside that are holding the gear tooth to the filament. It looks like the diameter on is a little bit slimmer. So when I tried printing NinjaFlex again, which we have settings for Simplified 3D, didn't have enough to tug on the filament.
It wouldn't have enough grip. It was too loose, so it slipped right through and not extrude so well. So that was kind of a bit of a shock to us, but we were very, very happy to see that Cheetah, look at this thing, it's printing fine.
So I'm printing here at 50 millimeters a second.
Holy crap.
On the M3D.
The M3D is not that fast, too. I mean, I think the max speed is 60.
Yeah.
So this is pretty dang good. And the build tack that it comes with, well, actually, we got more build tack. But this build tack, it works fine, as good as blue tape, if not better.
Yeah.
So that's good. What's the heat temperature on this?
On this one, it's 250 as well.
What? This thing can go up to 250?
Yeah, I think it can go up to like 260.
Jeez.
What,
it's a .35 nozzle, right? Or
yes.
So it's really fine detailed. This is crazy, guys. Yeah, it prints really well. But
we also got
CES.
Yeah, they released their own flexible filament. They're calling it Tough Stuff. I guess the beta name was Flex 3D Ink. But we tested that alongside the Cheetah as well. And we found that you could print at a lower temperature. I think we printed this at 230, and the bonding, the layer adhesion, was a lot better than the Cheetah at a lower temperature. And it's I want to say it's, it's pretty close. I don't know if they're like a reseller or they're like rebranding it or something, but the shore hardness appears to be the same on that. One thing we did notice as well is the hotter you print, the more stiffer that it becomes after you print something. So at a lower temperature, it was a lot more flexible. So that's one note.
I really like the color of this Tough Stuff. And do you have any ideas why they call it Tough Stuff?
Because it's pretty much like NinjaFlex. It's indestructible in terms of, like a bumper case or something like that. Anything you print, it's going to be pretty hard to
Did you do the flex
break.
text? It's
Yeah,
pretty flexible.
a little bit of elasticity on that.
But it's very shiny, very slippery. So it does not have any of that grip. So if you're looking to make like a grippy feet or something like that, I don't think this is going to work so well. What do you think?
You can tell just by, just sliding across the table. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be for grippy feet. The original NinjaFlex is still going to hold its spot.
It's so much more rigid though.
Yeah.
Like this piece here is a lot more rigid. This is still flexible-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at that. It's definitely
compared to the
flexible.
Cheetah, yeah.
But it's harder than Cheetah, I think.
Yep,
Which is kind of
definitely is. Yeah, and it has the exact same infill as well.
Really?
Same slicer, so it's the exact same model.
Right, same toolpath.
Yeah, same toolpath. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, look at this one. This is
Just
really good
a little bit
example
more flexible on the Cheetah
This
side.
is just a first-time look. We're still gonna test a lot more stuff with it. I actually want to print my version of the iPhone case because mine's a little bit thicker. Mine's has more material, more surface volume. So I want to see how that comes out. But look at that.
Yeah,
that
again,
finishing on this.
I want to point to
The Ultimaker, right?
Yeah. This is the Ultimaker.
With the what nozzle?
0.4.
Okay, so just sort of the regular one.
Yeah.
All right.
Very excited
Yeah,
about
good-
that. We
good
can
stuff,
finally
man.
print NinjaFlex on
everything.
Bowden.
Yeah,
On everything.
and fast and good detail too.
I mean, of course, the only difference is that you have to use. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to use the 3mm, and
okay.
I think we already ran the footage of that. But yeah, it has to be.
I'll run it again.
One of the things that we quickly made us sweat a little bit is the default change filament options on the Ultimaker. I'll hit play on that. I think it's at 210 for the default change filament option, and that wouldn't extrude, but it was able to push out the PLA that was already in there, so that's a good sign that it's not just gonna buckle and get caught in the feeder.
I can't. It doesn't want to play.
That's fine.
All right.
We'll go back to it.
Okay. Well, let's look at some other stuff. Speaking of Ultimaker, how about that firmware?
Yeah. So there's new firmware. It's I think it's 15.4.
I don't know. Is that the
04?
Cura version?
Yeah, whatever the new Cura
Anyway,
version is. Yeah, there's just a slight little bug when you go to preheat your film or your nozzle. It overshoots it. So if you're heating to like 220, it'll like go up to 250.
Yeah.
So it's super easy when you're adding your new machine there for like the pluses or the extended plus. Just choose your machine there, and after you hit next.
This is just
there's
for
a
the
little-
plus, the firmware
for
update?
both.
Oh.
The original 2, the 2 plus, and the 2 plus extended.
How about the mini? Or Go?
I think the Go.
As well.
There should be a firmware for that. And
Good. Okay.
the other change that I've noticed in there is when you go to pick your temperature, it'll ask you to what nozzle size you're using, so you can set your preferences for that, your presets for that. And it's super easy. Just plug it in through USB into the computer, and you just hit the update button.
That's awesome.
There's no like Arduino sketches or like opening it up and like adjusting pots.
Oh,
or,
you've
like,
had to do it before with other
Yeah.
machines. Yeah. Okay, so it's a really
super
straightforward
easy.
interface. Is that kind of what you're paying for, like that whole user
definitely,
experience?
Yeah.
That's what everybody says. Okay.
So we got all 3 of these Ultimakers up, running. We got actually ordered also. We have the using 175mm video on how to switch it out. The only thing that we didn't switch out in the video that a lot of people were in the comments were saying is, oh, you need to get a new Teflon tube. And yeah, you can definitely run it without. You just have to lower your retraction from the default 4.5 millimeters down to 3 millimeters for the retraction. Otherwise, it'll come out and expand to the 3 millimeter, and then when it goes back to print again, it'll get stuck in there. But I think I'm going to leave it at the 3 millimeter instead of switching between the 175 and that, just because we can switch between all of the different materials, both 3 and 175. So that's pretty cool.
Okay. Awesome. So we got another thing for you for Shop Talk. Pedro is working on furniture.
Yeah, so I'm printing a chair, or stool.
Your figure's on the Type A machine, so you got it back and going. You got new parts, replacement parts for it. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we got new ribbon cables and 3 new PCBs for the controllers, for the X, Y, and Z, and the extruder. And we actually have the heated bed, the Pro version, coming into the office very soon. They probably already be up by the time this video comes out.
Okay.
And I think we're going to get our swap out a little bit sooner than we thought.
Nice.
So that should be cool. There's also a new circular fan shroud that I found on Thingiverse. We'll link that below. I had to just design a custom arm for it, since go figure, every time printer comes out, the designs always change on it. It happened to us like on the Printer Bot Plus when we designed like the little NinjaFlex adapter for it. Like as soon as we released that video, they updated. They updated their gear.
Yeah.
So you definitely check that out and see which one will fit yours if you want to get even cooling across the all sides of the nozzle.
This is a massive print. How long has it been printing?
I
3 days?
think
2 days? 1 day?
About an entire day. Yeah.
Day and a night.
So this is a stool. It's going to use, I think, the 3/8 dowels.
Okay.
And it's just going to be a little, like a little throne, basically.
A little drum throne. Because we have one right now we use for soldering, and like when we're doing our guides. So it's nice to have another one.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So
Printing furniture.
Very awesome.
One of the 2016 goals. Okay.
Actually, that was my goal for last year. I never got around to it. So
well.
I mean, finally, could do that beginning of the year.
Okay. We already showed that. Got a tip for Ultimaker? If you're replacing the Olson block on your Ultimaker 2, what are you doing here?
Yeah, so when I was taking out the thermocouple for that, the little metal part that at the end of the thermocouple, actually, I was unable to take it out of the block, and just applied some force, and of course I broke it that way.
Oh no!
So maybe heat it up a little bit.
Does it come with that extra?
Luckily, it does come an extra one. I was able to easily take the bottom little cover for the all the PCBs off, and fish through the new thermocouple. Tape it to that and just fish it along through there, so I don't have to, completely disassemble all of that, because it, sort of fishes through the entire back of the Ultimaker. So that was pretty easy. Super happy that it, comes with those extra parts. So if that ever happens to you while switching out the Olson block, just be careful.
Yeah, here's a good way to do it. I walked in right when, when this started happening. I was like, what is going on? I better film this. This is some shop
I know. Again, I should have had like the Google glasses ready to record this, but in the
Google
heat
glasses.
of everything breaking, you're like
Yeah. Yep. You want to get it done as quick as you can.
We are going to be stocking the new 2 Pluses, so that the Olson blocks are already installed in there. All you got to do is just switch out your nozzles.
Okay, that's this week's Shop Talk, folks. We got some new materials, updating the printers, and we'll have more stuff on the materials.
Again, all the printer profiles are over at github.com/Adafruit/printer-profiles if you want to get the new NinjaFlex profiles for the Ultimaker, for the M3D, and for anything else, all you got to do is just lower the speed, or actually increase the speed up to like 40 millimeters, up the temperature to like 250.
Okay.
And you can turn on retraction. So far, I've only tried 1 millimeter for the retraction, but you should be good. No heat required again.
Okay.
And that should be good. Discount code for this week is PiGRRL, of course. Get a 10% discount on all the parts you need to build PiGRRL. Get a free printer.
I'd turn it off because I was
NinjaFlex, the batteries, the Pi 2.
Yep.
Of course,
amplifier,
the PCB.
speaker.
Looks like we're going to have a coming soon for the kit.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's this week's Shop Talk, folks. If you have any questions and things on materials or other things to talk about, let us know in the comments. Speaking of, well, let's do the community makes and then Q&A, because Q&A is a bit long one. So I wanted to share some projects that some folks shared with us. Let's pull that up right now, and right here. Okay, so first up, we got somebody made the camera LED ring. Shout out to Ivaban, who printed out the project, and looks like it's been put together too. It says, quite fun project. Looks like it was printed on a Delta printer. And at 2.2 resolution with 15 millimeter infill.
Nice.
This is always a fun project. It's a little bit older project that we did. Nowadays, we probably make it like a rechargeable circuit and things, but it's still a cool one. You can always pop the battery out, and that's why there's no mounting screws in this one. Just kind of straight up. Next one, we got white AdaBot Bellers, Thingiverse user Bellers printed out Adabot and posted it up on Thingiverse. Not any info other than just the photo, which is still pretty cool.
That's pretty damn cool.
But yeah, it's an interesting color combo there. The red lightning bolt, Adabot's sibling or something.
Very cool.
Okay, what's the next one? Oh, next one. This one's big. This one's from Martin, who last week we talked about, who made a custom mute function for the Pocket PiGRRL. It was having like hissing problems, so he wrote a custom mute function and mapped it to a button so that you can turn it off and on.
Now he has a low battery indicator, which is
so this is awesome. So awesome. You get a little red LED on the power boost, but because it's inside the case, sometimes you don't see it. So he took it a little extra further and made a little icon so that you can get an indicator just by looking at the screen when your battery is low. So that's awesome. Put together a little circuit diagram. He walks you through the steps on how to do it. He's got a little, you got Connie and Mo to make the little circuit so that you can wire it into your GPIO of the Pi in the back there. And he's got a GitHub repo so that you can get the code on how to do that. So if you're interested in taking your project further, your Pocket PiGRRL further, or any other, that's awesome. That is really cool. Thank you, Martin, so much. This is really what we love seeing, people extending and adding on, contributing to the open source project, because that's really where it's at. That's awesome.
Super awesome.
So that's this week's Community Makes. We know it's still like holidays and things. It's hard to post makes and all that. But if you guys have any of your projects you want us to share, you know where to do it. You can either drop us a tip at the support@adafruit.com on an email, or you can send us a link through on the show here. You can tweet it at us.
Tweet it, Instagram.
We're always looking for stuff.
Feature it on the show. Post it up on the blog.
Of course. All right, let's jump into the Q&A and comments from YouTube's. Starting it off here.
Or if you have a question, comment, leave it below in any of the videos, and we will gather them up for a future episode.
That's right. The first one is from PJ. Could you do a tutorial on how to do this with OnShape, please? This is on the layer by layer video of the twisty top case.
Yeah, so if any of the people from OnShape are listening, please upload your videos to YouTube so they can be discovered. A lot of them are like Flash or something embedded.
Yeah,
in
they have
website.
them on their website, I think on their own player. Hopefully it's not Flash. I don't know. But yeah, they have a lot of tutorials and lessons that are baked into their site, so check that out. And also, check out 3D DC, who's Andrew Bellheimer. He put together a couple of tutorials, and it would be awesome to see that. I'm not sure if there's one on how to use a coil or whatnot, but that'd be cool too. So check those out. I'll have those linked below. Thank you, PJ. Next one is from David Fox. This is a really long one. I'll try to run through it, but shout out to David on this very awesome comment. Thank you so much. You're so great. I binge watched on all of your Fusion 360 tutorials. It helped me a lot. I started with Blender 3D. I was far away from parametrical design. Afterwards, I used 123 Design, had a short look at OpenSCAD. By starting with Blender, 123D appears similar with smooth parametric touches and things far away from OpenSCAD, which is located even as a Python programmer. It looks like black magic there. Ongoing, I recognize the parametric ways is the best for getting all projects to fit together and hit the real measurements. Thus, I went over to FreeCAD until I saw your amazing projects made with Fusion 360. Thank you so much. I do agree that it's such a time and nerve saver. It made great ideas become printed much faster as it would be possible in other software from a perspective of a non-professional designer or a hobbyist. And yes, it's amazing that it's for free personal hobby use. I appreciate to see more tutorials from it. I really enjoyed it. Regards from Germany, and keep on making. Thank you so much, David. It really appreciate it. It inspires me to keep on making tutorials because they're pretty tough. This one specifically, oh my god,
definitely a breath of fresh air when you're coming
from
man.
I spent
a polygon modeler.
I spent 2 hours making this thing because the first 2 times it broke, man. I had to update Fusion 360 and pay the extra money. Or not Fusion 360, but ScreenFlow, which is the app that captures it. My microphone was jacked up, so I recorded a whole hour of like just
It is
crap.
pretty stressful making
oh my god. It was terrible. So
especially
this really
when,
makes
prints
it...
are going, we got deadlines to hit,
yeah, man,
things are crashing.
Tough. It's tough. But yes, well, I wanted to say though that we have a special unique download link for Autodesk. If you want to check that out, start using our link. Helps us out, helps the show out, and it lets people know where they're getting Autodesk from, Fusion 360.
Again, we're going to remind people that Fusion 360 is free for makers and small businesses that are earning under $100,000. It's
more
free.
with the designs from the thing.
Exactly.
Since we make no money off this because these are free designs, we're in that sort of gray area of like, yeah, you can use it as long as you want.
Yeah.
So that's cool. 1 year free. After that, you can renew it and continue using it for free. So that's awesome. Thank you, David, so much. I really appreciate it.
And again, check out the link to download Fusion 360.
Okay. Next question is from H2B John. Hey, this video with the Fusion 360 general tutorial was super helpful with something I'm designing. Please keep doing more Fusion 360 related design with the labor layer and overviews. I had a few questions regarding the SVG. I'm not able to dual extrude with my Ultimaker 2, so I plan to use SVG to cut the body from the thing that I'm working on and then print another piece that would snap fit from behind the body and show the texture of the hole I cut. However, no matter what I try to do, I can't seem to use the extrude or cut feature to do so. I can only extrude up or down. Can you guys help me out? Is this something that I just can't do in 360? Also, do you guys ever use the canvas tool, and could you make a video when you have time? Yes, I definitely want to explore this more. I'll try to do this in the next coming weeks.
Upcoming for the PiGRRL video coming up.
Sure. This one, so what I would recommend doing when you're doing the extrude and the SVG, make sure that your tools are active, that they're showing, because it won't know to cut if it's not being displayed. So that's one thing.
Actually, no, it does work. I've used that where I turn it off, select the thing as the cutter, or vice versa, and that does work.
Okay, I found that it doesn't because it doesn't know what to cut.
Huh. So if you actually select it on the left side there,
right? If
it's turned off,
yeah,
it works on me. Yeah,
really?
I do it all the time because I want to, not go over there and turn it off once if you're using like the keep tool command.
You're using the combine.
No,
subtract,
I'm using
right?
Subtract. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So another thing you could try doing is the split body feature. That might be another way to do it. And if that doesn't work, well, I forgot. If that doesn't work, it definitely let us know. Give me a link to your public file, and then I can take a look at it and see if I can work with it. And so that's what's cool.
We're in contact with the people over at Fusion, so
yeah,
we
Taylor
can have
Steen
them
can take a look as well and let me know. It might be a bug or something that's in the thing. They're always looking to squash those bugs and report those. So let us know. The second thing is, have you used the Canvas tool? I did use it in Pip-Boy. Canvas is just a way to bring in reference images into your canvas, and you can scale it up and things like that. Check out Michael Arbery's latest tutorial.
Tell the image, from here to here is 10 millimeters or whatever, and it'll scale it accordingly.
Yeah, so I will explore that more, but there you go. We're going to help you out. So thank you for the question, John, and good luck with that.
Fetch Autodesk on that.
RJ Make is saying, fantastic video. Would love to see more tutorials centered around sketches as it pertains to 3D printing. Since I started using Fusion 360 because you switched, I found myself trying to work with sketches more as much as possible, and of course this has slowed me down a bit. I also would love to see more tutorials centered around dual color material printing as it pertains to 3D printing and Fusion 360. Thanks for taking the time, loving your videos. Yeah, I definitely want to do more dual extrusion stuff.
So the comment about it slowing you down, it definitely speeds you up at the end. So once you're down to nitty-gritty of printing things out and things aren't fitting, it'll definitely speed you up when you have to go back and edit that size or the tolerance for that. Yep,
it slowed me down too. When I first started, the first project I took on was the Kippa project, the 5-inch Kippa, all-in-one Pi. And I brought a lot of the objects in from Fusion, and I was like, I want to remake the components using sketches. Instead of doing that, I just projected the sketch. So like making cuts like this, for example, I just projected from the solids and then get rid of those solids, then just use those sketches to make the cutout. So that way that I can modify those sketches if I ever need to, parametrically.
It's the best way to go when you're transitioning from 123D over to Fusion.
That's right.
And Thank you. Made this buttery smooth for that transition.
Thank you so much, RJ Make. Next one is from Rainier0609. I use sketches in Fusion 360, but I find myself often in a situation where I have 2 or more sketches that do not have the same origin, mostly because they don't take into account from the first place. Is there a correct way to do this? Maybe with planes? Could you make a video where you show in detail how working with multiple sketches on one body works? Yes, I definitely plan to do that, but I have found that it's hard to make one sketch that's using multiple sketches within one sketch that are on different axes. That's the thing. You really got to make one sketch for one axis, one plane. So that's one of the limitations there, I guess. But it kind of makes sense, because since it's a 2D thing, you can't even like moving it away from the plane. I've noticed that causes some issues too. So one plane per sketch. So just try to make multiple sketches, which is fine. Okay. And I'm going to try to do a video too that explains that a little bit more. Okay. Thank you, Rainier.
They're also always updating, so you never know. In the future, you might be able to support more.
That would be cool. Chris Mathers is asking, this was built with the Raspberry Pi 2, which forced the thickness to be greater. Have you looked at using the Pi Zero? I imagine you could use the breakable header strips and just solder the PiGRRL straight to the Zero board and have very thin footprint that give you much more space and battery while letting you have let you thin it out over the overall design.
Yeah, so there's always adapters in play in that, and
yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to have no adapters, no Wi-Fi, none of that. Just straight up. I actually thinking about not making any audio. What do you guys think? Let me know, because then it'll be as thin as possible. It'll just be the screen and the PCB and the Pi. If you guys want it really, really thin, I think we can get it down to like 10 millimeters, which is like a
and of course, you've already tried this too.
Yeah.
We had the board.
This is 30 millimeters thick, so 10 is like pretty big. All right, Chris, I'm still going to work on that, but thank you for the comment. Everybody's asking about the Zero, man. Everybody wants the Zero.
I know. It's like, yes, we've had the board, I think, like 3 months before they actually came out. So, yes, we've already tried all this. It's just we have to get all the other stuff out first.
Arterio is asking, did you manage to get RetroPie working on the Pi 2T? I've tried Phil B's guide, actually, on running OpenGL-based games on the Pi 2T displays. And I'm getting a white screen and left the project to rest. Thanks. Yes, I have had the same thing. It is because you're using RetroPie 3. The latest version of RetroPie, unfortunately, changed some of the architecture so our frame buffer tools no longer work with the Pi 2Ts. So you have to
use the older version.
You got to use 2.6. I know it says in the guide 2.6 or higher, but I've tried it and I get the white screen too. It just doesn't work. So sorry about that, buddy. We might have to revisit that project in the coming months. So stay tuned. Next one is from Tom. Love the tutorial, especially the intro type for products new to me and others. I have been having some problems getting some things straight in my head with very smiling softwares and modeling in general. Thanks for producing these L by L vids. Yeah, definitely, Tom. Thank you for the comment. Yeah, keep doing more. Peter J is asking, went straight from 123 designed OnShape. From your videos, it looks like I need to download Fusion and give it a shot. I would like an overview of OnShape, though, if you get the time. I've invested a lot of time into learning into Fusion 360, so I'm not sure if I should check out. I'm a big supporter of OnShape because I love what they're doing, but when it comes down to it, you really have to choose what you want to do, if it makes sense for you. So for me, it really made sense to stick with Autodesk stuff. But definitely check out Andrew Bevelheimer's YouTube channel, that's 3DDC, and also check out the actual OnShape website. They probably have some overviews. I was digging out some stuff. And
they have some built-in tutorials as well.
Yep. Yeah. So there you go, Peter J. You got some options. Okay, George Graves is asking, does 360 have better align tools and sketches? 123D seems pretty hard to lay out a drawing. I still can't figure out how to do things like center a box within another box. These are in sketches. Yeah, I need to explore this too myself. I don't know if there's any align tools in the sketches. I haven't really tried. I tend to use construction lines and then collinear, so I like smack them in. Or I use the center rectangle box, because when you click on the rectangle box, you have the option to make it a 2-point or a center point or a 3-point. So I will do...
The answer is yes.
Yeah, I think so. But it might be not as what you think. Like I was saying, you got to use construction lines and collinears. Yeah. But I'll check out more.
It'll be a lot more options than 123D gives you. But yeah,
that is true. Yeah.
Check out the link below to download your copy.
Okay. Thank you, Greg. Next one is from Eric. Eric. What are your thoughts on the M-Core Arc, the 3D printer that uses paper as a medium? Thanks for your hard work and great content you guys provide.
Yeah, so we saw this, some of the interviews over at CES, and it looks like it's really good for doing like museum pieces and, of course, stop motion animation, something that requires a lot of color accuracy for that. Yeah. For doing like the electronic enclosures and moving mechanical parts, it doesn't seem to have any strong suit in that, and seems to have some overhang issues as well. Yeah. And then one thing that you pointed out is that it looks like it's subtractive printing, right? Because you're cutting
manufacturing,
yeah, you're cutting things out of paper and then gluing it together.
Yeah.
So
it's a strange middle ground or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. like it's got its points. It's got its cool points. Color being a big one.
Mm-hmm.
So and detail, I guess, for those. So yeah, I think that's our thoughts on it. We wouldn't go out and buy it now because
Yeah.
yeah, but it's really cool what they're doing in terms of just like bringing down the cost, bringing down the size, and making it like 5 times faster, something crazy like that. So
Yeah.
pretty cool stuff. All right, thank you for that one. Yoshi King, the Yoshi King is asking, can you make a video on how to mod the NES controller? I really want to do this myself, but I have no idea what to do for the buttons. Yeah, check out this project.
This was, I think, our second project, I think 2 years ago when we first started out. And
Yeah.
you can check out learn.adafruit.com. Of course, you always want to search there. We have a suggestion for a project. We might have already done it.
Yep, you can type in SNES and you'll be able to click on this one, the Easy Bluefruit Gamepad. And it gives you a nice circuit diagram of the PCB. It might be a little bit different because sometimes the pads are different, but it's still the overall same sort of concept. So you just have to scrape the traces, expose the traces, and then just tin them, and then wire up some wires to it, and get to the ground. They all have like their grounds and stuff, so you can reference this chart. Good job on that one, Pedro, and follow that. Yeah, this is a lot. I think this is a lot more effective than the video because the video is more like a trailer to show you. Here's what you can do. Check out the guide.
Yep.
So there you go.
Learn.adafruit.com.
Have the link in the description. Thank you, Yoshi King. Next one is from Andy Goodenberger. I would like to see how you assemble several components into one model and what constraints are available for doing that. Yeah, I'll try to do a tutorial on that too. It's pretty straightforward. You write in the
Project
data, the project window, data panel, whatever you want to call it. You right click on your drawing or design. Insert into design. And then from there, you have the option to break the link because at default it's linked. The constraint is that you can't reveal some things that are hidden. So if you have layers that are hidden or sketches that are hidden, you can't show them. You have to go into the design itself, the component, the linked component, and then show them and then save and then update. So it's a little bit of a workaround.
Between
so
both projects.
So you got to really think
just
about
break the project from there.
Yeah, you really have to think about if you just want to break the link or not. But there you go. Thank you, Andy. Next one is from John Davidson. Where do I get the correct drivers for the screen? The one provided didn't work for me. Thanks. This is on the notebook, Raspberry Pi, the libretto one. Yeah, since Jesse came out, I think the PyTFT helper script broke, but Todd Trey stepped in and fixed it. So check out the new PyTFT helper script. We got a link for you in the description, of course, and you can update your Pi and update the helper script to get this project on the going. Yeah, cool. All right, next one is from Matthew Grimberg. Will the PiGRRL 2 be released in a kit to buy all the parts? If so, when will that happen? Yep, we talked a little bit about this earlier.
Yeah, we actually got an email not too long ago for Lamar. It looks like there's going to be a notify me when the kit is ready, so be sure to sign up for that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I need to send her one so that she can take a photo of it. I got to get on that, folks. Thank you, Matthew. Next one is from Bob from I Like to Make Stuff. Very nice. This is making me want to try out Fusion 360 again. It looks so fully featured. Thanks, Bob.
Again, it's a breath of fresh air when you figure out all the features inside there. So yeah, definitely give it another shot because you can use it with your X-Carve. You can use it for milling. It's designed for CAM.
Yes, and I think for just prototyping big parts and things like that, it's great too. It has check out the video on using McMaster parts. So screws, clamps, all these different hardware bits that are sort of standard in the industry. You can just bring those components in.
They're always adding lots of libraries for parts, yeah.
Like it'd be so cool to like prototype the arcade thing you're working on, the giant arcade thing, like mock it up first and then like, plan out all the things. It'd be awesome. Yeah, that's so cool. But thanks, Bob, for checking out the Layer by Layers. It's really nice to see you stopping by and saying what's up. Love all your videos and stuff. Big fan. Yay, Bob. Definitely love the podcast too. If you guys haven't checked it, check out Bob's podcast with David Picciuto.
Always interesting. We always listen to it when we're soldering.
Yeah, right? Yeah, very cool. That's the Making It podcast. So check it out. Thanks, Bob. Next one is from Serja. Can you guys do one using the Pi Zero? It'd be so much clever, heads more good looking. Yes. It's like a week we get, like, can you do that with the Pi? Like, I'm going to get so many when this is dropped on Thursday. It's going to be like, where's the Zero? Can we do it with the Zero? Can we do it with the Zero?
Yes.
Because we're starting to see it creep up on all the other projects. Everybody wants a $5 Pi project.
Although
No.
it's not gonna end up costing $5. We guarantee you that.
Well, because you gotta get a lot of
Yeah.
adapters to get it to do anything. That's why it's free in a magazine.
In the works. Anytime you have that question, where's this? It's already in the works.
It's not where is it, but can you do it? Yes, we can. It's being worked on. We're trying our hardest. We got to do the show. Thank you, Serja. Gabriel G is asking, is the print quality the same? I thought you had to change the nozzle for 175 on the Ultimaker 2.
No, you do not. Actually, for this week's Time-Lapse Tuesday, I actually used an even smaller nozzle. And I also tried the 0.6 millimeter nozzle. I tried the 0.25, and of course the 0.8. So they all work with 175.
That's crazy.
So,
I thought you had to change the nozzle. So.
I thought so too. No.
That's great,
No.
man. That's great that it works.
It just works. Like I said, the only thing you have to keep in mind is just lower the default retraction from 4.5 down to 3 millimeters.
Ultimaker guys, please let them know we want 175. Go away from 3 millimeters. But I don't know, the NinjaFlex
Well, for
stuff.
NinjaFlex, yeah.
So,
I mean, they
man.
might be working on some other stuff
it's
that
tough.
we may or not. May
Are we
not
allowed to
be
talk about the-
Nope, I don't think we are.
No? Are you sure? They're not
Yes.
watching. Come on.
Next question.
This one is from the Yoshi King. Oh, he asked twice. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Check out the link in the thing. Thank you,
Again,
Yoshi.
always
He really
search,
wants to get that
learn.
SNES working.
I mean, it's pretty cool. You have Bluetooth on there. You control your Octoprint rig. You control
Yeah.
any game for the.
That's right.
On top. Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah, and check out the... I mean, this is for the Super
cool.
Gamepad project, but this is a lot more easier and I think much more funner.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to spend like, oh man, that Gamepad project was a pain. Just letting you know, man, it's tough.
Right,
That's why we made this one, because it's easier. That's it. That is all the time we have. It's been an hour show. Thank you guys so much for asking your questions and comments. Really, really appreciate it, guys. It keeps us going. But if you want to keep us going, buy something every now and then, you know? Get a permaproto,
The
get some...
best place
some
on the
tools.
planet to get the most awesomest customized electronic boards for all your
Arduinos,
DIY.
Raspberry Pi, and open source and more. Sorry, guys. 10% off your order. Salut. Salut. That's in the show. Bye, girl. That's what we got. If you spend $200 more, you get the free shipping and a permaproto, which is very high quality. White silkscreen.
One thing we always forget to
Gold
mention,
tinted.
if you are in a different country, buy it from your local distributor. Don't worry, you're
right.
still supporting us.
Adafruit.com/distributors will give you a full list of where your country is and how you can get it from there. Please save your money. Don't spend money on
don't worry about getting
international
it
shipping.
directly from us. Go to your distributors.
That's why we have
they
distributors.
still buy it from us. A ginormous amount of the shipping that goes out is from the distributors.
That's right. So check it out, guys. That's just a word of advice for you. Okay, well, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, thank you guys for watching. We're going to leave you off with the links. Lots of tutorials in the Adafruit learning system. It's 900, 600?
Step-by-step tutorials.
We're working on it. We want to do 1,000 this year. 1,000 tutorials, all free.
This is what makes
open source.
this job, kind of tough. Everybody out there just goes out, does a quick
Google
YouTube
Plus-
video.
Google Plus.
Doesn't have to do like a step-by-step photograph.
Yeah, promoting is hard too. 3D Hangout or
Check that out.
3D Thursday. That's today. Check out the blog. We got a bunch of different community projects. They're mostly all community projects. You can follow myself and Pedro on Instagram and Twitter if you want to see some behind-the-scenes stuff.
Behind the scenes
and
there.
Adafruit as well, of course. Let's talk about the lineage of shows. Starting off with Becky Stern every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. She's got her wearable show.
Get your wearable fix every week.
That's right. Awesome
2
co-host
p.m.
this week.
live.
Yep. Good stuff there. And you can win some prizes. Shortly in that evening, come on, click on that, is the back-to-back show.
Show and tell first.
Yeah, show and tell. I was going to say Ask Scene, but then I got mixed up with Ask. Anyway, it's every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and then shortly after, it's Ask Engineer. Full hour of Lamar and Phil. New products, Raspberry Pi, Arduino, open source, and
Sneak
more.
peek at upcoming products.
Yep, trivia question, win prizes and things too.
You can win stuff there, yeah. Check it out.
Yep, and then our favorite, Lamar and Phil, are killing it with the live streaming. This is from the desk of Lady Ada. So awesome.
Everybody always
Too
talks and talks about electronics or whatnot.
We talk about
Lamar does it live.
She does it live.
Builds new products right.
It's crazy because that's like the only way they could do it, like, is to do it live. They can't like shoot it and edit and all this stuff. They have to do it right then and there.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Production quality on that is through the
Phenomenal.
roof. They have
PT,
like
you're killing it, man. You're
8
Lamar.
cameras everywhere. Everything's all mic'd up.
Yeah.
Got microscope cam.
It's got the 360 cam going on too.
It is.
It's crazy.
Awesome.
If you want to see some how electronics are built and designed and manufactured,
Ask your
On the
questions
desk,
live
Beta
on
Ada.
there.
Yeah.
It's
people were
pretty
helping out
awesome.
like, hey, you missed that soldering thing on the soldering legs. She's like, oh, cool, thanks. Awesome stuff, guys.
So awesome.
Love the community. You guys are doing it up awesome. So that's pretty much it for this week, guys. Full hour show.
We got to
I
get back to
apologize.
printing.
Yeah, we got to get in some sleep. But there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week with more cool stuff. But until then,
Keep on baking.
keep on eating bacon. Bye, guys.